Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you saw on the thumbnail and in the description, we are gonna try and make this poncho. For the credits, I found this chart for free on Pinterest. I'll link it down below in the description box. And let me get it out of the way. This tutorial is not for beginners, guys. If you're a very beginner, you might be able to do the stripe. If you can see, the poncho is made in stripes. The problem why I'm rating this tutorial as intermediate, I would say towards advanced, is the way you have to connect the lines. If you're a beginner but you kind of understand what needs to be done, go ahead and do it. I mean, watch the tutorial and you can decide for yourself whether you can do it or not. Depending on the yarn, what yarn you're going to be using will depend the width of the line, and will depend how many lines you are gonna, or stripes you are gonna make. So I had 4 for the front, 4 for the back, and I connected them on the shoulders. I'm still thinking whether to connect them on the sides or not. On Pinterest they are connected on the sides and left, a little space for the arms, but it's totally up to you. You can use any yarn, I would say, from which requires 4mm hook up to 5.5. Yes, anything larger, smaller, it might work, but why would you need that? But it's up to you. Larger than 5.5, I don't think they're gonna look as nice. You can't use chunky yarn. You can use acrylic, you can use cotton blend, you can use cotton, wool, anything that you like. Okay, the length of the project again will depend on the length of the line, so we will start at the bottom and go up for as long as you want. What else I need to cover? I would suggest you guys make front and back, because I thought to make it one length and kind of not have any seams on the shoulders, but it's not gonna look nice. The fans will look downwards in the back unless you don't care. So I will show you how I connect the stripes in between, and as you can see, I put them in the mirror reflection for the front and for the back. So the two ones, they are connected. You can see already, you're an advanced crocheter. And here is the option on how to connect the middle. The middle is going to be connected exactly like the sides, only you are just gonna have to improvise a little bit with how many chains you add in between. The shoulder part is sewn using exactly the same method like you would use to connect the stripes together. And yeah, you are gonna have to improvise a little bit, and if you're an advanced crocheter, you will figure it out. I will just give you an idea how to do it, and if you have a better and easier method on how to connect the stripes, feel free to leave it down in the comment section so we can all learn something new. And other than that, grab your yarn, crochet hook, let's get to work. I will leave a little tail about 3-4 inches, and we'll start with a slip knot. Okay, we will chain 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let's see if darker background will work a little better. Okay, we will yarn over and put a double crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're skipping 5 and we put a double crochet into the 6th, and we will put double crochets in each chain all the way till the end. If you don't know how to double crochet, I will put a video tutorial on how to double crochet down in the description box. And this is how you go till the end. I will meet you here. And this is our row number 1. You are supposed to have 17 double crochets. Now we will turn our work. We will chain 5. The first chain 3 will count as the first double crochet, then chain 2. Then we will skip one and put a double crochet into the third. We'll chain 2, skip one, and put a double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip one, double crochet into the next. And this is how we will go all the way till the end. And for the last one, we are not gonna chain 2, we will yarn over and put a double crochet into the last double crochet without chaining 2 in between. So we ended up with 7 squares and nothing between the last 2. Now we will put 11 trebles into this space. Yarn over twice, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our first treble. We need to add 10 more. Yarn over twice, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And one more time, yarn over twice, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3. 4, 11. This is how our row number 2 looks like. We're gonna turn our work and we'll start row number 3. We will chain 3, that will count as our first double crochet. Put a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next, again chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet. So we have 2 double crochets next to each other and 5 squares. Now chain 2 and slip stitch right here. Skip this square and slip stitch at the end of it, like so. We put the 6th space. Now to move on to the next row, we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet, like so, and turn the work. Now we will put 2 double crochets into this first space, 1, 2, then 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous row. Into the second space we will do the same, 2 double crochets into the space and 1 double crochet on top of this one. Into the third space we will put 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet on top of this one. Into the fourth space we will also put 3 double crochets, and a double crochet on top of this one. Into the fifth one, 3 double crochets, and a double crochet on top of this one. And for the last 2 spaces we will put 2 double crochets in each. So 2 double crochets into the next one and 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, and again 2 double crochets into the space. You will have to fit them somehow, it's gonna be a little tight, and a double crochet on top of chain 2 to finish out this row. This is what we have. I think so far it's clear, so let's move on to the next row. We will turn the work and we will chain 5. The chain 3 will count as the first double crochet, and chain 2 is our chain 2 in between. So we will skip the next and put a double crochet, then chain 2, skip the next, double crochet, chain 2, skip this one, double crochet into the next, and this is how we will go all the way till the end. So as we come to the end, there are 2 left. So we have our double crochet, we'll skip this one and put a double crochet into chain 2. Actually put it on top of this double crochet right in the corner. Let me show you right here at the end, and then we will chain 2 more and slip stitch into the next double crochet. Now you are supposed to end up with 13 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 was the last one. Now we will turn our work. We will chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a double crochet on this double crochet to the left, and we will chain 5 again, and we will slip stitch into the next double crochet to the left, and as you can see, our second fan will start forming right here. We have our first beginning one, the second one will form on this side. So we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet to the left to move on to the next row, and we will turn the work. This first chain 2 will count as our first treble. Now we will put 8 more trebles into this space. One, 2, 3. Actually we have total of 4 already. So 4, we need 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. We will put 2 trebles on top of this double crochet. 1, and the second one into the same space, and then we will put 9 trebles onto this next space. 1, 2, 8, and 9. So we have total of 20 trebles. Now we will slip stitch into this double crochet to finish off this row. we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet to start the next row, like so, and turn the work. We will chain 2 and put a double crochet into the very first treble. There's our first space formed. Then again chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and this is how we are gonna be doing till the end of this row, which is right here. So just chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next. As we come to the end, we will chain 2, skip 1, and put a double crochet into the last treble, like so, and then chain 2 and slip stitch into the double crochet to the left. And we finished this row. At the end of this row we will have 11 squares, or 11 spaces. So if you don't have 11 spaces, means you made a mistake somewhere. If you do have 11 spaces, let's move on. To start the next row, we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet to the left and turn our work. Now we will put 2 double crochets into the space. 1, 2, and a double crochet on top of the double crochet. And this is how we are going to do till the end of this row. 2 double crochets into the space, 1, 2, and 1 on top of the double crochet. And again, 1, 2, and the next one on top of the double crochet. This is what it looks like. I will meet you here. Okay, once you've got to this point, you will have 30 double crochets and 1 space left. You will not put anything into that space. You will slip stitch into the double crochet to the left, and that's what we have. Now to move to the next row, you probably already know, we will chain 2, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the third chain from the previous row and turn our work. Now we will chain 2, yarn over, skip this double crochet and put a double crochet into the next one, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next. And this is how we will go all the way around. I will meet you guys here. Now when we are almost at the end, we will chain 2, skip the next one, and double crochet right here, and then we will chain 2 and slip stitch. At the end of this row we will have 16 spaces, so you don't count this first one, that belongs to the previous rows. You will start with the next one, so that's where you guys did this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. From this point on, each of the fans that you are going to be adding is going to be a repeat. Turn your work and chain 5, double crochet into the next double crochet to the left, again chain 5, and slip stitch into the next double crochet to the left, you can see there is another fan forming right here, so we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet, turn the work, and just like here we will add 8, because this one counts as the first treble. We will add 8 trebles, 2 trebles into the double crochet and 9 trebles into this space. So we have already 1, this is gonna be 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 2 trebles into the double crochet, 1, 2, and 9 into the next space. 1, 2, 8, 9. Now you can clearly see where the next fan is forming. If you could notice, the second fan we formed on the last 2 spaces of the previous one. So the third one is forming on the last 2 spaces of the second fan. So each fan you are going to be building on the last 2 spaces of the previous one. Now we will slip stitch into the double crochet to the left. We will chain 2, slip stitch into the next double crochet, and we will turn the work. We will chain 2 and put a double crochet into the first or last treble of the previous row, or first treble of this row, because this one belongs to the previous rows. Chain 2 again, skip 1 double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1 double crochet into the next, and do the same steps till the end. Chain 2, skip 1 double crochet into the next, and as we come to the end of the row, we will skip 1 and put a double crochet into the last treble, chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet to the left. There we go. And we will chain 2 and slip stitch into the next double crochet, turn the work, and here is gonna be the only one thing that is different from the previous fan. We will put 2 double crochets in each space and 1 double crochet on top of the double crochets. So if in the previous fan we had 30 double crochets, here we'll have 32. That's the only difference. So we will put 2 double crochets in each space and 1 double crochet on top of this double crochet. Again, 2 double crochets into the space and 1 on top of the double crochet, all the way till the end. And as we are approaching the end of this row, we will put 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, and we will put 2 double crochets into this space, to the very last one. Count your double crochets, you will have to end up with 32, and you will slip stitch into the double crochet to the left. That's what we have. And we'll chain 2, slip stitch into the next double crochet, and turn the work. And here again nothing changes. We chain 2, skip 1 double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 1 double crochet into the next, and so on till the end of the row. And our row will end right here in the middle. And as we are approaching the end, we will skip 1 and put a double crochet into the last double crochet, then chain 2 and slip stitch into the double crochet to the left. And you will have to have 17 spaces. And this is all you need so far. So I showed you how to do the first partial one, the second also partial, and the third one is the full fan, and you're just gonna keep adding fans for as long as you want the stripe to be. I will post in the description box as well as in the comment section the exact time when I started this fan, so you are gonna have to rewind the video to that moment and start another fan. Okay guys, I have my 8 stripes right here, and I will show you how I will arrange them. As I said in the tutorial, because the fans, one of them is facing the right side, the other one facing the wrong side, it doesn't matter how you're gonna turn the stripe, it will still be good. We will have to sew in the shoulder parts, that's gonna be our top. And here is going to be our neckline, and same in the back. And since I already guys showed you the layout of the poncho, I'm going to show you how to connect these 2 panels, and you are just going to follow the same pattern and connect all the panels together. Okay guys, here I have my 2 panels. Just align them the way you want them to be or you need them to be. We will start with a slip knot. Let me leave a longer tail a little bit, like so, and I will start at the very bottom. So 1, 2, 3, insert the hook into chain 3. Again, this is not a certain pattern, it's me just coming up with an idea how to connect them. If you want to sew them together, feel free to sew them together. I just thought crocheting them together would be nicer. Okay, now we are gonna chain 2 and connect to the very first one at the bottom right here with a slip stitch. Next, chain 2 and slip stitch into the double crochet to the left, or into the space. And now we are gonna chain 2 again and slip stitch into this one, into the next double crochet. Again, slip stitch 2, move on to the next double crochet and slip stitch. Now we have to connect it, so we are going to chain 2 and connect it to this side. Here you have 2 double crochets, but you're going to slip stitch in the middle between them. Alright, so chain 2 to move to the next one and slip stitch into it. Chain 2, go to this side and slip stitch right here into the center. Chain 2 to move to the next double crochet. Slip stitch. Chain 2 and connect to the next one. Now I can already tell you how we do it. We started here, chain 2 connected to the first one, chain 2 connected to the next one, chain 2 to this side, chain 2 to the next, chain 2 to this side, and this is how we are going to be moving on in a zigzag form. So move to this one and chain 2, connect to the other side with a slip stitch, chain 2 to move to the next double crochet, and chain 2 to connect with the other side. And this is how you are gonna be connecting all your panels. It's very easy, there's nothing complicated, just a slip stitch and chain 2. And this is what we have. This part is a tad thicker, but if you are gonna iron it, it's not thick, it's not bulging out, it's just beautifully gonna flow and nobody will ever notice that the panels are separate. And yeah, this is how you connect. This is the back side, so I would want to close this part, but to not make it, you know, gather like this, I would have to be adding some stitches in between. For the front part, this would be okay to leave it as a V-neck. Let me show you an option how to work it to still cover this part but to not have it gathered. So we will chain 2 and connect to the next double crochet. So here, if we chain 2, we can chain 4. Will that be enough? So you're gonna have to play around, guys, to get it, get the right size, so it's not too loose, but in the same time it's not gathered, so it looks neatly. Yeah, so I think 4 will work. Then we will chain 2 and move to the next double crochet and slip stitch into it. Now we are gonna have to chain a little more, probably I would say 7. So let's chain 3 and put a double crochet in the middle of this line, or well, we chained 4, so just put a double crochet somewhere approximately in the middle and chain 2 more. No, not enough. 3 more. There we go. So this how it works. Then we are gonna chain 2 and move up. So now we can chain again 1, 2, 3, but I will have to turn the work so we don't end up with many gaps and double crochet into the same space. And I will chain 2 and put another double crochet into the same space, and then chain 3 again and connect. So you're gonna have to use your imagination, guys. It's not, I don't have a certain pattern on how to work this. I'm just eyeing it and kind of doing approximately. So you will have to adjust it to your size and how wide you want the opening to be. So we're connected to this side. We'll turn the work. And I like to have this on a flat surface so I can see that nothing is gathering together, everything stays straight. And I will chain 2 and put a double crochet on top of double crochet here, then chain 2 and put a double crochet in the middle and chain 2, put another double crochet in the middle, so it's kind of in a V, then put a double crochet on top of this double crochet, so everything is evenly, and then chain 2 and connect. Let's see now. Yes, it looks much better and it looks distributed evenly and symmetrically. If you want to keep closing, you can use the same exact idea or pattern. Chain 2, connect to this double crochet to create another row, and then flip the work. Alright, so we are gonna chain 2, and this time we are gonna put a double crochet in the middle of the first space. Then we will chain 2 again and put a double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous row, and chain 2 again and double crochet on top of the double crochet of this row, of the previous row, And if you don't get it from the first time, you might need to, play around with it. But after all, we're making it for pleasure and there is no need to stress, and we're keeping it symmetrical. So we will put a double crochet in the middle of last space, and again chain 2 and connect. And let's see what we have. Yep, and this looks good, so keep adding until the back is covered. Just try to make it even. And this is it for today's tutorial, guys. I hope it wasn't too difficult, but I want to keep it interesting here, as for my very beginners as well as for my advanced crocheters. I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope you liked the project. It looks really nice, really elegant. That's me. I hope you will give this tutorial a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I will see you guys next Sunday, and Happy New Year!